Today we'll be installing the FunnelWeb Filter Kit in the KTM 890 Adventure R. It's a pretty easy process. There are a few steps to it that need to be done in a certain order though, so I'll walk you through those right now. First, we're going to take this white piece here, and we're going to install the FunnelWeb filter into it. Now, you cannot just install the filter into a stock frame. You do need the FunnelWeb filter frame. Once we've got that, we have this piece, which is kind of a backing filter, and the hard plastic is going to go up against here. Now, you can see you want this to fit in here just like that. Next, we'll put this in. It doesn't really snap in place, it kind of just sets in there. So this is how the back of it's going to look. And obviously, you're going to want to oil this before you install it, but since I'm filming, I don't want to get filter oil all over my camera for this video. So next what we'll do is we'll take these two brackets. Now, you have the top pieces that look like this. And the way you can tell they go together is first you have grooves. You have grooves on this piece, and then you have a ridge on this piece. They're going to fit together. You can also look at the top and see they should be pointing forward when they sit together. They should look just like that. And that's going to point towards the front of the bike. So now we're going to take this filter with the frame and we're going to mount it into here facing backwards. So it's going to look like this. And that side's going to be facing towards the front of the bike. This piece is really more of a spacer or a wedge that seats it all. So we'll take this and we're going to slide it into here. You just want to make sure this all sits in there nice and snug. And there's no pop, there's no snap, there's no nothing like that. We're just going to look and make sure that everything stays aligned. So next we're going to take this frame. Again, this side tapers towards the front of the bike. And this wedge just slides in. Now for the next step that you can do if you're riding in really extreme terrains is install these pre-filter plugs. So we're going to go over that real quick. So now for this step, which is optional to install these pre-filters, but to get these snorkels out, it's a lot easier if you remove the seat post. This is a T30 or an 8mm. I believe there's a little bit of Loctite on these. Just going to remove these. Once you break them free, they come out nice and easy. And removing the plastic side panels does give you a little bit better access to that. So now this is going to come out and out of the way. Now these snorkels, they have a couple little tabs up here, and then it's just working them out of here. And it's very tight, so it's kind of a little bit of a task, but it's not too difficult. There we go. First one popped out. You can see on here they have a little ridge and the rubber piece that helps seal this, but we're not going to use these again. That one comes out. I did already have that one loosened up, and now we're going to install these in here. So we'll show you from this angle. These will just fit down in the air box like that, and then we'll show you from this side. So looking at the air box, they'll fit in there just like that. So obviously you're going to oil this all before you actually go ride, but we're going to reassemble this so you can see how it goes. You have a couple of little clips on here, and they are going to just make sure that this lines up on here. So you get a good seal. Make sure that wire is out of the way. And now that's right in place. So then we'll get our two T30s, and we're going to start these by hand because we are civilized people. We're not some animals that are just going to start this with a power tool. All right, we're all tight there. So now we're going to reinstall the seat bracket. We're going to make sure it's not pinching any cables, and we are going to use a little bit of Stuck Nuts thread locker. Just a little bit of blue on here to make sure this doesn't vibrate loose on you on a ride. We're going to start these by hand, and we are going to make sure that this is lined up all the way around. All right, from there you're just going to install your side plastics and you are good to ride.